Hectic diplomatic parleys are currently intensifying between regional and global powers to resume talks between the US and Iran. France's President Emmanuel Macron spoke with his American and Iranian counterparts, urging them to resume negotiations. Notably, France and Britain will co-host a video conference on Hormuz on Friday. For its part, China hosted leaders from Spain, the UAE and Russia. Reports suggest that the negotiating teams from the US and Iran could return to Pakistan this week to resume talks to end the war. Meanwhile, Italy has suspended a defense cooperation deal with Israel. DD India's Fuzail Ahmed has more.
Diplomatic efforts are continuing by regional and global powers to ease tensions in West Asia after talks between Iran and the United States ended without a breakthrough. The French President Emmanuel Macron spoke to the Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian and to the US President Donald Trump and called for talks to restart between Washington and Iran. Macron wrote, "I urge the resumption of the negotiations suspended in Islamabad, the clearing up of misunderstandings, and the avoidance of any further escalations. It is essential, in particular, that the ceasefire be strictly respected by all parties and that it include Lebanon. It is equally important that the Strait of Hormuz be reopened unconditionally, without restrictions or tolls, as soon as possible." Notably, France and UK are set to co-host talks this week, aimed at restoring freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. The 15-day conditional ceasefire between the United States and Iran had begun around April 8, following 40 days of conflict. Nonetheless, multiple sources indicate that following failure of the talks, US and Iranian negotiating teams may return to Pakistan later this week to resume talks. Amid ongoing conflict in West Asia, leaders from Spain, the UAE, and Russia visited China, where they held talks with the country's top leadership. Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, who met with the top leadership of China and Beijing, said that he saw no better interlocutor than Beijing to push to end the Iran war.
We also discussed the serious situation in Lebanon, in Gaza, in Iran, in the Strait of Hormuz, and undoubtedly in Ukraine as well. And from Spain's perspective, we encourage the Chinese government to continue contributing actively to strengthen the multilateral system and to what experts refer to as the provision of a global public goods.
Abu Dhabi Crown Prince Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan also visited China, where he met Chinese President Xi Jinping. The visit by the Crown Prince came at a time of acute tension in the Gulf. Xi Jinping said that the rule of law must be upheld for West Asia peace.
Historic changes are unfolding in ways never seen before. Human society faces a choice between peace and war, unity or confrontation.
While Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov held bilateral talks with the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi in Beijing.
I completely agree with you that today the foundations of international relations are being severely tested. One need only look at what happened at the beginning of the year in Latin America, in Venezuela, and what is happening now in the Middle East.
Earlier, China's foreign ministry said that a US blockade of Iranian ports is dangerous and irresponsible, warning it would only aggravate tensions. In another development, Italy's government has decided to suspend the automatic renewal of a defense cooperation deal with Israel.
The government has, for example, in view of the current situation that we are experiencing, has decided to suspend the automatic renewal of the defense agreement with Israel.
Notably, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni offered support to Pope Leo after the pontiff was sharply criticized by US President Donald Trump. Hopes of resumption of talks between US and Iran has had positive impact on markets. Global stocks edged up, oil prices slid, and the dollar lost some safe haven appeal on Tuesday as investors bet on a resolution to the West Asia war. Fuzail Ahmed reports for DD India.